Hi friends, we are discussing fourth chapter from 12th standard syllabus and it is moving charges. It is a 12th physics 4 moving charges and it's a magnetic and magnetism or it's a magnetic field. We begin with Oersted's experiment, and Oersted is the first scientist somewhere in 1820. He demonstrated that when the current flows through the conductor, it produces magnetic field around it. And this magnetic field is perpendicular to the current carrying conductor. It means that if the magnetic field is along the circumference of the circle, then the conductor is at the axis or at the center of that circle. Now, from next to that one, we discuss Biot and Savart law. And now we are extending Biot and Savart law to the next thing, that is magnetic field on the axis. It is point number, it's a 4.6. Magnetic field on the axis of current carrying. It's a magnetic field on the axis of current carrying loop. We all know there is. Let us consider it's a figure. This is current carrying loop. It is in YZ plane. This one is in YZ plane. Consider current carrying loop which is placed in YZ plane. This one is x-axis. This one is x-axis. Now, to get magnetic field due to this loop on the axis point, we are going to use Biot and Savart law. For that one, we divide this loop into small element. Consider one such element of length dl. This is the element of length dl. The current is going in this direction. This is capital R is radius of the loop. We want to find out magnetic field at this point P. Join this one. This is suppose R. This is center of the loop, it's a X. Now, current is flowing through this dl, small element dl. This already we have divided into small elements, infinitesimal small elements, and dl is one such element. So, IDL becomes the field producing element. IDL produces field. Current carrying element. So, I and current and conductor, both are equal. So, here suppose that dP, this is dP is a field produced. This angle is theta, this angle is also theta. Now, let us try to find out. According to Biot and Savart law, dB is equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi. It is I dl cross R divided by R cube. This is Biot and Savart law. This field is perpendicular to both dl and current. Now I can take it. dB is equal to mu 0 I dl sin theta divided by R square. dl, it becomes dl R sin theta. One will get cancelled with this one. R cube and this. Now, theta is equal to 90 degree. You can see that both of them are, this and this, they are perpendicular to each other. So, dB is equal to mu 0 I dl into R square. This is dB. It is in this direction. we can resolve it into two components. This becomes dbx, another one becomes db perpendicular. This dbx is nothing but this is equal to db cos theta. dbx is nothing but db cos theta. So this can be resolved into two components. dbx is equal to db cos theta. db perpendicular is equal to db sin theta. It is this theta here. This we can take it as a phi. This we cannot take. This one take it as a phi. Do not take it as. This one is phi. Suppose that. This one is phi. Same angle will come here also. This one is phi. Angle between DL and R, it's a 90. Angle between DL and R, it's a 90. But this angle and this angle is same. Now similarly, another element we can take it here. Join it. Join this one. This element can also produce. This element can also give us dbx, db perpendicular. It is another element db due to this one. This also can be resolved into db perpendicular, dbx. These are db perpendicular and dbx. Now you can see this also is equal to dbx prime is equal to db prime cos phi. This one is db prime perpendicular is equal to db prime sin theta, but in downward direction. This one is in upward direction. This is in upward direction. This is in downward direction. Therefore, these two, as db and db prime both are equal, db and db prime both are equal, these two are opposite, these two cancel each other. db perpendicular summation is equal to 0. Their perpendicular component cancel each other. They cancel each other. db perpendicular just nullify each other. Now there is a summation of dbx. dbx is equal to 2 db cos theta. Cos phi, not theta, it is cos phi. When I take it, every component here, this one, then this and this component and this component, this component and this component, this component. So for every such couples we complete it. It means that we are taking every component for 2 times. So net magnetic field due to this one, this becomes dB. This one is, it is because of 2 components. So dbx because of one component will be equal to dbx is equal to db cos phi. Now db is equal to this, we know it is here, so we get it mu 0 upon 4 pi I dl r square cos phi. Phi you can see it is r by r, so cos phi is equal to r by capital R. We get it here. So dbx is equal to mu 0 4 pi db mu 0 4 pi I dl r square r divided by, this is r by r. From figure we can make it here. That is, this square is equal to r square is equal to r square plus x square. So r cube is equal to r square plus x square raised to 3 by 2. We get it, dbx is equal to mu 0 4 pi ideal r square plus x square 3 by 2. This is along x axis and this is due to one element. So total B is equal to summation dbx, which is equal to summation mu 0 4 pi I dl r x square plus r square 3 by 2. These all are constant, which becomes mu 0 4 pi x square plus r square 3 by 2 IR and then summation dl. It goes summation dl. When we are summing it, total one, it becomes 2 pi r. It's a circumference of the coin. So same thing, this B is equal to mu 0 I r 2 pi r divided by 4 pi x square plus r square 3 by 2. You can cancel it. This one is here 2. So it gets you mu 0 I r square x, it is 2 x square r square 3 by 2. dB is or B is equal to, this is a magnetic field due to current carrying coil along its axis point. As it is in x direction, so it becomes I. As it is in x direction, it is equal to I. Mu 0 I r square divided by 2 x square plus r square raised to 3 by 2. This is the magnetic field due to current carrying coil along its axis point. Now suppose that this one we want to change. This one is along its axis point. Then at center this x becomes 0. At this center point, x is equal to 0, b is equal to mu 0 I r square 2. This is 0, it is r cube into I, which is equal to mu 0 I divided by 2r. This is again at the center, just circular coil, and at its center this is along I direction, because coil is placed in YZ plane. If coil is in YZ plane, magnetic field is along I direction. Now, how to give the direction of this magnetic field? Right hand rule is used to give the direction of this magnetic field. Consider, this is the circular loop. Suppose that the current is going in this direction, anti-clockwise direction. When the current is in anti-clockwise direction, then the field is in upward direction. So at the center, along the axis, it is in upward direction. Now here, To this side it is here, to this side it is here. Again to this side it is here, to this side it is here. It keeps on curling, bending. But at this one, it's a completely circular. And you can see that it is in anti-clockwise direction. At this point it is anti-clockwise. But at this one, it goes clockwise direction. So at this point, magnetic field is upward. At this point, magnetic field is downward. So see, here it is upward, here it is downward. Here it's a slowly it's a direction goes on changing, it goes down. When it is coming this side, it is slowly its direction is changing, it becomes like this. Similar manner we can depict in case of this was anti-clockwise. Now the current is in clockwise direction. If the current is clockwise, field is in downward direction. If the field is downward, it bends in this direction. It bends in this direction. But here, you can see, here it is clockwise. Clockwise means it is in downward direction. Here it is anti-clockwise, means upward direction. This is called as right hand rule. Right hand rule is such that stretch your thumb of right hand and curl finger. If the curl finger denotes the direction of current, then thumb indicates the direction of magnetic field. You can see this is anti-clockwise, upward. This is clockwise, downward. So right hand rule is giving direction of the magnetic field produced in case of magnetic field on the axis of current carrying matter. Now let us discuss few problems. There are solved problems related to this one. We will discuss those problems. This is problem number 4.6. I read the problem. A straight wire carrying a current of 12 ampere is bent into a semicircular arc of radius 2 cm as shown in figure. Consider the magnetic field B at the center of the arc. What is the magnetic field due to straight segment B? What is the contribution of B for the semicircle differs from that of the circular loop, and in what way does it resemble? Would you answer the difference if the wire were bent into a semicircle arc of the same radius but in the opposite way as shown in figure B? There are figures given. So, first figure, it is problem number 4.6. This is given in this way. Current is going in this. There is another figure. This is first figure. It is the B. It is clockwise direction. The direction of current is clockwise. So along this one, along straight, you can see that is this point and this point. Theta is equal to 0. Therefore, dB is equal to mu 0 I dl sin theta divided by r square. For this straight conductors, theta is equal to 0, therefore it's a 0. Straight conductors will not contribute for magnetic field at center, because for that case theta is equal to 0. Now it's actually circular in shape. If I complete it, what is happening? It is circular in shape, and at the center of this circle, B is equal to mu 0 I divided by 2R. At the center it becomes mu 0. Mu 0 is nothing but 4 pi 10 raised to power minus 7. Mu 0 is equal to. Current I is equal to 12 ampere. R is also given to you. R is equal to 2 centimeter. So we can calculate it. It becomes B is equal to 4 into, we can make it 3.14, current is 12, 10 raised to power minus 7 divided by 2 into 10 raised to power minus 2. This is getting cancelled. So this is equal to 3.14 into 10 raised to power 3 point into 12 into 10 raised to power minus 5. B is equal to. But this one is because of complete circle. We only consider half circle. So actual B prime is equal to B by 2, which is equal to 3.17 into 6, 10 raised to power minus 5. 6 4s are 24, 6 1s 8, and then 18 into 10 raised to power minus 5, which is approximately 19 into 10 raised to power minus 5 s. As it is in clockwise direction, it goes into the plane of figure. Where it goes into the plane of figure, direction is into the plane of figure. Now second situation is given there, that is, it's in this way. Same situation. Only thing is that it's going in anti-clockwise direction. These straight conductors will not contribute. Straight conductors will not contribute anything to this one. But only semicircular will contribute, and that also will be equal. So here also B prime will be equal to 19 into 10 raised to power minus 1 Tesla. Only difference is, it is coming out. This will not go into, it will come out from the plane of figure. Coming out from the plane of figure. It is coming out from the plane of figure. This is the way how we can solve this. Anti-clockwise and clockwise, that differs here. Let us go to the next problem. It is 4.7. I read it. Consider tightly wound 100 turn coil of radius 10 cm carrying a current of 1 ampere. What is the magnitude of the magnetic field at the center of the coil? See that. It is 4.7 solved problem. It's a coil. Number of turns are 100. Current is passing through this one. Current is 1 ampere and radius is 10 centimeter. B is equal to mu 0 I divided by R. Now, but this is for single turn. This one is for single turn. For n number of turns, B 100 will become mu 0, or n number of turns, Ni divided by R. Now n is equal to 100. We can substitute, which is equal to 4 into 1.4 into 100 into 1 ampere 10 raised to power minus 7. 4 into 3.14 into 100. Radius is 10 centimeter minus 2. This is 10. So 4 into 3.14 10 raised to power minus 2, 6 plus 2. This is equal to 16, 5, 12 into 10 raised to power minus 4 Tesla. B is equal to 12.56 10 raised to power minus 4 Tesla. The direction is decided. If here the direction only magnitude we can predict in this one. Let's see. Somewhere it is 2 must come. This in this formula it is 2. So this is into 2. It becomes 2. This is 2. Therefore, this answer will become as. This is 6.28 10 raised to power minus. Please keep it in mind. This is 2R. That's all for this topic. Thank you.